As part of his pivot towards something approaching respectability, Donald Trump is apparently, if you believe the data, being kept from using Twitter by his campaign staff as if he was a 4-year-old who couldn't be trusted to use his favorite toy. What a loser. What a loser. So look, we're going to turn to some of the data from David Robinson, a data scientist working at the coding site StackOverflow, who's done an analysis over the past year of literally thousands of Donald Trump's tweets.
Oh, poor man, poor man.
I feel bad for him. But he's found some interesting data. Now, first of all, before we get to the conclusion, we have to show you that there are apparently multiple people who are tweeting as Donald Trump. One of them, or some of them, the tweets come from an Android phone. It's believed that that's Donald Trump's actual activity because it's the most Trumpian. And then there's stuff that comes from iPhones, and all this is tracked by Twitter that tends to be much more just promotional and happy and simple. And we want to show you the differences between these two so that you understand that there is a clear difference. So first of all, if you bring this chart up, you're seeing that the iPhone ones tend to include pictures and links, pictures of crowds and links to upcoming appearances. They're just promotional things, whereas the Android, which people believe is Trump, almost never uses pictures or links. It's just stupid, idiotic 4th grade reading level text. Now, if you bring up the next one, here's another way to tell the difference. The Android tweets tend to have much more negative terminology, badly and crazy and weak, whereas the iPhone ones tend to have much more hashtag activity and vote Trump and America first. And in fact, they found that Trump's Android account uses about 40 to 80% more words related to disgust, sadness, fear, anger, and other negative sentiments than the iPhone account does. Now, the iPhone account does try to look like Trump sometimes. It'll use the sad at the end of a tweet, but the rest of the tweet is way too happy and well-adjusted to actually have been the man himself. So why does this matter? It's because apparently that Android account has been being used less and less and less, and fewer of the tweets are actually looking like they came from the man himself. So if you bring up this chart, this summarizes over time the activity of the different accounts. And that middle one is believed to actually be Trump. It used to be a very large portion of the tweets. Back in October, it was something like 70 to 80% of the tweets were coming from Donald Trump. Now it's down to like a fourth of what it used to be. And so to stop him from setting fire to his campaign every day, his staff appears to be stopping him from actually tweeting. And instead, they've taken over more and more of that.
Submissive
They
Donald.
can't trust him to tweet. It's only 140 characters. How much damage could you do? Well, he has found a way to damage himself on almost a daily basis, and they don't trust him with a smartphone, which I hear these days 7 and 8-year-olds commonly have.
So they're saying that his own staff doesn't think he has the temperament to even tweet.
Tweet?
Saying that Donald Trump doesn't have the temperament to be president is like, like saying John Wayne Gacy doesn't have the sensibility to be an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hey. It's a great 70s serial killer joke. Yeah, that's great. It's great with this crowd. It's really...
People know who John Gacy is.
I read that book about him.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Really? Serial killers
He was in Red River. Yeah, they do. Right.
I didn't know that. Serial killers have a shelf life?
They do.
You do. There's new ones. Now it's the Grim Sleeper.
Leopold and what do they call people? Loeb, they still reference, don't they?
No,
they don't.
People still reference Amelia
Watch
Earhart.
Murder with Friends on Pop
Amelia
Sugar.
Earhart was an aviatrix.
She's also a
There
serial
aren't very
killer.
many of those.
That's why she's famous for her serial killing. People don't talk about it, though.
I don't know about that.
Sad.
All right, anyway, I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, look, honestly, and again, this gets to the core thing of he's supposed to be this unfiltered guy who's not PC. His staff, what little staff he actually has, doesn't trust him to communicate on his own because they know that he is eroding support for himself.
And eroding staff, by the way, John. You said what little staff, you have people leaving the RNC in droves who can't bear going. I mean, these are people who go to work for Republicans all the time. They can't bear going to work to advocate for Donald Trump. So they're leaving the RNC.
Imagine you tweet as this guy, and then you get feedback from your manager saying, like, no, that's at a 6th grade reading level. You need to simplify it. Dumb it down.
Bring it down.
God, just think of George W. Bush, and then drink a little bit, and then tweet. And that's how you'll end up.
Clear your mind of everything, and then go.
You're not a member of the Young Turks yet? Come on, come on.
Now, when you join up, we're going to say,
oh, yeah, yeah.
We might even say,
there you go, baby. There you go.
Be the independent media. Be the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.